everybody. It is Misha Green, DC and digital editor, and I'm really excited to be chatting with actor, model extraordinaire, Mr. Jeremy Meeks. We have a lot to talk about. He's been a busy person, and so we just want to know all things Jeremy. And I guess without further ado, welcome to AFRO Live, Jeremy.
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I was self-conscious. Allergy season is
Mm,
kicking my
no.
butt. So I was like
Yeah. No, you good.
self-conscious on my
No, you
eyes.
good.
Am I good? Am I
Yeah, you
good?
good. No, no
Okay.
worries. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, great. Wonderful. Well, I am so happy to be chopping it up with you today. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, which is wild. I guess before
Yes.
we even get into the nitty gritty of things, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Um, I I feel blessed and highly favored. Like even through this pandemic, like I was modeling before this, obviously, but then the pandemic hit and I transitioned into acting. And very blessed to have gotten my first break from Manny Haley because no one wanted to give me a first break. They wanted to see who was gonna, take a chance. Uh, and from him giving me my first break in True to the Game 2, from there I have done 8 movies in a year and a half. Uh, yeah, and so but just to be in True to the Game, the trilogy, uh, is so crazy to me because I read these trilogies when I was in prison 18 years ago, written by the legendary Terry Woods. I read all of her trilogies. And so to be full circle all these years later, and 2 out of 3 of the Truth of the Games, and I'm in the first Dutch. Um, like,
Mind blowing.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You hear all these
crazy.
conversations about manifestation. Would you say that is a version of manifestation? What if not, what is that? What
Well, it
is
it
that full
it
circle
it
moment?
definitely it wasn't a manifestation. Now I am manifesting all kind of things,
Mm-hmm.
but that was God's plan. You
Mm,
know, my whole life I heard I was supposed to be this, or I was supposed to be that. You're supposed to be famous, but I never paid no mind to it. But then when I was sitting in my prison cell in federal prison, it hit me like, wow. Once I went viral, I was like, damn, I really was supposed to be famous this whole time. Um, it's just that God was waiting for me to be in a mental state to take on the blessing without blowing it up just as fast as it came, because that's what I've usually done my whole life, was, you know, make horrible decisions. So sitting down and doing that time was such a blessing. Um, that way I got out and I was mentally focused and I was like, okay, I'm changing my life. I'm making hard decisions and sacrifices, and because I knew it was so much bigger than me. This blessing is so much bigger than me. It's going to change my kids' lives. It's going to inspire kids that grew up in the same circumstances as me. Like I knew the weight of what was happening, as weird as it sounds. And
mm.
um, yeah, it's been a ride.
Uh, well, hearing you share the journey is so incredibly inspirational. So thank you for your transparency and taking us on a little bit of that ride with you. So for all those who are tuning in, we see you, appreciate you. Hey Jewel, I see you tuning in, and you are totally a part of the Afro family. So good to see you. For those that don't remember Jeremy's trajectory, he alluded to it a little bit in his last answer, but can you tell us a little bit about how the world came to know you and give you a whole moniker of prison bay, etc.
Yeah.
And how you went from a viral photograph to modeling and starring in 8 films in 1 year, which is, for those who don't know, that is like physically just almost impossible. And that is hard to do. It is grueling work. This man is working hard. He's smiling, but y'all, he must be tired. He must
No,
be there doing
I'm the
it.
Energizer Bunny.
Energizer buddy,
Yeah,
yes.
no, you know, I always question how it all happened, and it's so crazy, but made a horrible decision. Um, and the police department put my mugshot onto their Facebook page. And from their page, I went viral. And I didn't know what viral meant because I never had a social media before this. But I soon found out. Um, Crazy, like the press, the letters, the love that came from all over the world. I was getting like 400 letters a day. Um, it was very overwhelming. Any channel that we clicked on, I was on it. Like I'm sitting in my cell watching myself on the TV. Every time the CEO changes the channel, I'm on every channel. And it was just like what is happening right now? Um, but yeah, I was worried though. I still had to do 36 months in federal prison.
Mm.
And so I thought I was a little bit worried that by the time I got out, my 15 minutes would be up. You know, the 15 minutes of fame, sometimes it doesn't even take 15 minutes and you're already out of there. And so just very blessed that when I stepped out of those gates, it was like I had never even went down. It's like I got right out and hit the ground running, and traveled the world and like just seen places and met people that I never thought I would ever meet, you know, just all over the world. Just changed my life and opened my eyes to, you know, what I can actually achieve and accomplish in the rooms that I've sat in and the people that I've talked to. It just really let me know that I am meant to be here and I'm meant to be doing some incredible things and inspiring, you know, kids that come from where we come from and grew up how I grew up. And so I love it. I love it. I'm always in the juvenile halls and the group homes talking to the kids, you know, because I was that same kid.
Mm.
And now I'm in there and I'm trying to tell them that, you know, with this acting, we all act, you know, like they all acted like they were mad or they were this. And so I'm like trying to inspire them. They could do this. They could do all these things that I do. They can do it too. Um, yeah, it's such a blessing.
Uh, it is such a treat and gift hearing you share all that you are able to do and give back. And so it gives me chills, y'all. I knew we were gonna have a good conversation. I've been excited about this since last week, but I didn't know I was gonna get a word today. And so y'all know what I always say: sharing is caring. Go ahead and share this stream. I think the village needs to hear Jeremy Meeks' story and know that all things are possible and to keep the faith, and
Yeah,
you know that you belong in rooms even before you're there, and
yeah.
see what comes and happens. That's what I'm learning today
And
from
don't listen to that voice. That
mm,
voice that tells you you're not good enough or you can't do that, or what makes you think you could do what they do. Because I promise you, you can do everything that they're doing.
uh, you can do everything they're doing, y'all.
Everything. You guys are kings. You guys are queens. I need you to understand that.
Mm. Ah, y'all heard it first. So take us to True to the Game 3.
Mm.
Tell us what we can expect out of this third drop of the trilogy in the film series, and what's different about Salim, and some things we could look out for and be excited for.
Well, the depth, it's crazy. I can honestly see the transition and progression in my acting. And so from True to the Game 2, which was my very first film, to now True to the Game 3, I've had a couple films in between that, which gave me screen time and practice. And so, like, everybody stepped it up. Now, imagine Viv stepping it up to another level. Vivica A. Fox and
Hmm.
Darius McCrary, and like Erica Peoples was crazy. And obviously, Columbus Short is hands down a legend.
Yeah,
And so to then feed off of all of their energy and like they helped me in so many ways. Like
yeah,
all of them, every single one of them helped me in so many ways, and and became like my mentor in numerous ways. Like I can call all of them for help, and like they they are so amazing with that. And so yeah, it was a life. It was just like it was one of those moments that I just sat in it and was just like, wow, just looking around at
yeah.
these legends, and being in the moment, um, and just like can close my eyes and picture myself being in the cell reading the book.
Yeah.
So it's like that fast. And then life changes, and and that all that life almost seems like a dream. It almost seems like I didn't live it. Like the all those 10 years or whatever is now. It's I got my blinders on. Like can't no one stop me but me. Um,
Love it.
and I'm finna be. I'm gonna have my hands in a little bit of everything: writing, directing, producing. Um, when they cracked the door open for me, I kicked it in, and I ain't going nowhere.
I love it. Yeah, I was gonna ask, being around all these legends who are completely multifaceted and do so much in their own right,
Yeah,
have you been inspired to do other things? So you've said yes.
yeah, yeah.
Can you give us a
Everything they do is so inspiring. I mean, I sit back and I watch Columbus Short,
hint? Hmm.
and like, what can't he do? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a creative. He's singing, he's dancing, he's painting, he's acting, he's directing, and if he can do it, I can do it, and if I can do it, he can do it, and she can do it, and you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just that's what it's about. It's about inspiring, you know, um, and making us see our own potential, and making us just get creative. So
I love that. And speaking of inspiring and helping us and making us get creative, I know a lot of people still have pandemic blues and are not finding those outlets to uh, flex their muscles, if you will. Can you just share a little bit about some tips that you give the folks out there?
it's funny. It's funny you say that because in the middle of the pandemic, like I was having bad mental health issues a little bit here and there, and so I found that the gym, the gym helped me, and that's where I found it became my sanctuary. Um, and so I was in the gym, still am, every day for like 4 hours a day. That's kind of that's my place to let go and take in and think about my day, and then after my workout, then I can start everything else. But I feel like that everyone should take that time to get in a little workout It makes you feel good.
For sure. I love that. I post on my social media. It's nothing like your morning endorphins
Yeah, for sure.
to get that
Yeah.
day started.
Yeah.
Jeremy Meeks, oh my goodness. I am so sad we have to wrap this conversation. I could
Mm.
talk to you all day,
Hey,
which means you have to come back,
of
please.
course, there's numerous more projects going on, so makes
Please.
sense. Yeah,
Okay,
I look
perfect.
forward to it.
Perfect. Well, we will be following all the projects. Can you please tell the people out there how they can keep in touch with all things Jeremy?
J Meeks official, IG, everything else. Um, Stay blessed, stay motivated. Don't listen to the voice. You can do anything. You guys are kings and queens.
Uh, if that's not inspirational, I don't know what it is. Y'all have y'all Tuesday medicine. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for being with us today. As I always say, everyone, sharing is caring. Go ahead and share this stream with your village. It'll be here as long as Facebook and YouTube are around.
Also, if you haven't seen True to the Game 1 and 2, go see those first. They're on all kind of streaming platforms, BET Plus, and then watch True to the Game 3. You're gonna love it. It's gonna throw
Yes,
you for a loop.
do not break the trilogy. And I got to shout out Jamal, who says, just got done watching True to the Game 3 last night. Y'all did that, man. Blessings. And thank you for showing
Aye.
how convicted felons can change.
Off top, I sent mine, Jamal Gill.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care,
All
everybody.
right,
Thank
Queen.
you, Jeremy.
All right.
Bye.